and this is gonna be a real indicator on my age, but it was the first cassette that my
What's that?
Kevin Hart. Damn. Thank you. It's a little JL thing. Somebody made this for me.
Oh shit! Really?
Somebody in Italy was like, "Oh, I love your work, bro. I'd love to make you a chain. I've just started a business doing custom chains." I was like, "Yeah, let's do a little JL," and he just fucking got me a little Joe Lobel. Yeah.
Jeez.
It's like basically like it must be how rappers feel when they get a massive iced out chain, except mine's stainless steel. But you know, it's what it is.
Listen, bro, you've got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
You have to start somewhere. Bloody hell, bloody hell.
Can I put this here? Is that all right?
You can stick it wherever you like, mate.
Cool.
Welcome, Joe Lobel.
How are we?
We've got Joe Lobel in the stew, everyone. This is Joe Lobel, you know. What? How are you doing, bro? You good?
I'm all good, bro.
To be fair, I'm saying how you doing. We have already spoke about how he is, but you know we got to do it for you guys.
Breaking the fourth wall.
You know, got to do it for you guys. Got to do it for you guys. But yes, today we have Joe Lobel on My OST. But first of all, you know we got to give you the intro, guys. So. Life's a movie, but everyone has a different soundtrack. Welcome to My OST, the show where we get a different guest on and go through the soundtrack to their life and the stories behind it. So yeah, today we have Joe Lobel hailing from Leeds, resident.
Leeds resident for sure.
International DJ, I don't know, flight catcher. We said there's 100 flights a year. Catch flights not feeling CEO. Wordplay king, wordplay wizard.
Wow.
Listen, you got to do these gassy intros. Joe Lobel, imaginary clap.
Thank you.
Clap. Yeah.
It's
just us two in the studio, but
the crowd go wild.
Wild. But it's a pleasure. So we've got big Joe Lobel here, and I'm gonna again teaser for you guys. His track list I sent him a voice note last night saying the track list is crazy.
I said, don't ask a DJ to make a track list, you know. I will boy everyone on
Listen. He didn't come to play. He did not come to play. So without further ado, I think we're just going to get into it. Track one. So do you know what, actually, Joe? You're a DJ and, you know, you're on the mic all the time. So give this one an intro. What have we got first up?
Okay, first up, we've got the king of pop, the Gaudem Glucose, the mixed race maestro. He's the one, the only Michael Jackson.
MJ.
Jeez, and this one is ad-libs. Don't Stop Till You Get Enough.
Okay, smooth sounds.
That bass line.
We're going to be dancing on this one. It's going to be a dancey OST, I'm telling you. It's good.
Ooh. Crazy. Look
So
at the CGI,
good.
man.
Yeah, mate, listen, he spent money on that shit. Mate, MJ, what a legend.
Ham's a pianist.
Oh, sick.
And yeah, he was a pianist, and yeah, so he like taught me how to play piano when I was a little kid. So I was like this little piano whiz when I was a kid.
Yeah.
For a couple of years. I never took it seriously enough, unfortunately, because I probably could have had the potential to be pretty decent. But yeah, he grew up. He was like a concert pianist, classically trained. So yeah, he like would impart little pearls of wisdom on me, and I was learning to play the piano a little bit at one stage, and then I guess I sort of decided playing football was cooler and the standard UK boy, you know. But yeah, playing out with my friends and playing football overtook all those kind of things. But yeah, the early musical influences I definitely have to pin down to those two, because it's just a very musical household in general. Wow,
that's really cool, man. So do you ever like speaking about being a musical family, do you speak to your stepdad and your mum about your career and stuff, and do they like help at all, or is it more just, you know, that's just the inspiration, that's kind of how it started?
Of course. I mean, I got a supportive family unit, you know, like a lot of parents, if their son turns around and says, "Hey, I'm leaving uni to pursue,"
this is what I
to
mean,
pursue
bro.
being a full-time DJ.
You know, you're getting shipped, bro.
Yeah, a lot of parents. That's like, my stepdad's Ghanaian, you know, it could have been like,
shout out, bro. Come on.
You're going to Ghana to...
Trust me, that's
no, but it was never one of those situations. Like, they're both super supportive. They just kind of believed in it.
Yeah.
I was just, which we'll get onto, but I was just like laser. From when I decided I wanted to do it, that was it. Laser focused, straight through. Yeah, I'm quitting uni. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm blah blah blah. I'm leaving this full-time job. Every step of the way, that has been at the forefront. So I think they backed it just because of how dedicated I was to it. To be honest, I think they just thought, okay, he's serious about this thing. Like, I got a little bit of money for like my 18th birthday. From my grandma, she was like, hey, you can use this to like help you with your driving lessons or help, you know, those adult things that you're supposed to do. Whereas most people would have spent that money on something really useful, I just literally went straight online and bought myself some decks and speakers. And my mum, bless her, she was a little bit furious at the time when sort of lorries worth of sort of equipment was arriving at the house, and that she was going to be sort of sentenced to afternoons full of banging music being mixed together poorly in her front room. I'm sure that she wasn't buzzing about that, but yeah, that's the earliest sort of indicator of the fact I was serious about it. I was like, I forego driving to learn how to DJ, like, you know, so things like that. But like I've been super focused on it forever, and I think they've seen that, and they've just supported me along the way with it.
No, but that's, as I was gonna say, that it is sick, and it shows, to be fair, because I feel like a lot of people that you speak to who are creatives and have done X, Y, Z, talking about early influences, it is normally like, how old did he say you was, like around this time? You said like 7 type
young,
thing.
very
like young. So I feel like you definitely get that from young. Like, even for me, like, I played something stupid like 7 instruments by the age of like 12 or something. So crazy. I feel like it does start from when you're a kid.
For sure.
Definitely, bro. And then you just kind of got to hold on to that. But it's fair play, because you got to think, when you're a kid and you're thinking about you like something, and you kind of never think you're going to end up where you've ended up. Yeah. So fair play, bro. You should be proud of yourself. Pat on the back, bro.
Thank you. So.
Yeah. Definitely. So we've had Joe's first song, and he started off with a banger, I must say. Michael Jackson. Okay, Joe. So next up we have another big tune, Craig David, Fill Me In. Do you want us? Well, go on. Give us a bit of the story first for this one, and then we'll go into the track. So why have you picked this one?
The story for this one is like just a beautiful full circle moment for sure. But it was the first, and this is gonna be a real indicator on my age, but it was the first cassette that my
what's that?
Kevin Hart. Damn. It was the first cassette that my mum ever bought me. So it was the Born to Do It album with the beige cover with Craig David with the headphones that everyone from UK, everyone who likes R&B in the UK would know. Yeah. And Craig David was like undeniable at that point. He was just making banger after banger. He went on to like Slicker Than Your Average. Like, all these albums were just ridiculous. But the first ever album, Born to Do It, little cassette, came with a little fold out piece of paper with the lyrics. And I was just like, if I liked music when I was 6 or 7, by the time I was 8 or 9 and I got this album and I had the cover and I had the lyrics, like, that is when I really started to be like, wow, music is incredible. Yeah. Singing these songs word for word, and Fill Me In was, you know, just one of the standout records, wasn't it? So that's why I've chosen that one. But I could have picked any song on that album, honestly. And yeah, my first ever album that I owned, that I could play in my own time, and like the birthplace of my love for music. Yeah. And after we've listened to the record, I'll tell you where the full circle element comes in, because it's crazy to think when you
do you know what? I think I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So audience, you're gonna have to wait for that one. Okay, we're gonna go in. Craig David, Fill Me In. You know what I'm loving about doing this show? Like I said, watching all the old videos as well.
And this is just representing like the Pirate Studio era.
Bro, do you know what? The pirate days, this is annoyingly a little bit before my time, but sick concept.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, I want to take this to a radio, like I'd love to do a radio show version of this that I've got planned.
Yeah.
Oh. Classic.
His voice is just incredible, I'd say. Like UK R&B, I know this is like got garage influences, but he's an R&B vocalist.
Yeah, definitely. And he's like a legend of the game.
Of course.
Still going now as well.
Going strong.
Because even, when was this? What year was this roughly?
2000?
Jeez. 26 years later.
Crazy.
Quarter of a century later. Still relevant.
Yeah.
You could go out and still hear this about.
For sure.
Yeah,
What?
I was saying, these old vids.
I know, yeah. You probably wouldn't have this level of misogyny in a vid these days, but...
I mean, he'd be getting cooked.
What a guy. Look at him crawling out the window, man.
I know you've done this.
Oh, no.
That looks like a Joe Lobel move.
No. For sure I haven't.
That scene's actually funny, man. He's loving it as well. Dog.
I know, Jesus. Good old Craig.
Even just seeing young Craig David seems weird.
I know. Heartthrob again.
Trust me, I bet those days he was killing it.
Yeah.
Couldn't even step out his yard, I bet. I don't even know how. Sometimes I think that level of fame, like, must even get a bit long at a point.
Yeah.
It's interesting because obviously your profiles, obviously we'll talk a little bit more about it as we go along, but your profile's got to quite a good stage. Do you think, is it the stage at the moment where you think it's like affecting you in certain ways or not really?
Not at all. I can't claim that I've got any kind of fame situation going on. You know, like in my little circuit, I'd say I was pretty well respected, but it's not like an Asda situation where you're having to touch people's babies or anything. No, none of that.
Joe, sign my baby's forehead.
No, and I wouldn't ever want it to get to that, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting you say you don't want it to get to that, but as your profile increases, do you think is it not a possibility, or you think it's different circles, so it's a different thing, even if you hit a mill on Insta or whatever?
It's still quite niche, I'd say.
Yeah.
Like you can be the biggest hip hop DJ in the world, like it's still a niche type of fame, isn't it? Like I'm trying to think who that would be, but
yeah.
I mean, I guess if you count people like DJ Khaled,
I was thinking,
he's probably
or even like the big
stressed
radio
in Asda.
DJs like Sloth and Semtex and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's probably a manageable level of fame, though. You can be in a room with Charlie Sloth, and it's not like, you know, it's not like paparazzi running around.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like Craig David.
When you get to like Harry Styles level of fame, like that's or like Adele, or you know, like that's Stormzy, like you're in trouble then,
bro. It's different. I was saying even those sorts of people, like there's like a stat that when Taylor Swift comes to a city on tour, she boosts the economy by like something stupid, but like millions.
In the millions, I did read that. But yeah, so Craig David fill me in. What a record! For a start. And
go on.
I alluded to the fact earlier, but yeah, like crazy to think that that's the first ever cassette that I ever received, and then fast forward in 20 years probably, like my agent at the time messaged me like, hey, I've got this cool thing. It's a little intimate Craig David charity show. It's in Stamford Bridge, Chelsea's ground, and it was like,
not sick, but
yeah,
it depends.
but it was in like a function room inside Stamford Bridge. They got a really cool, I think it's called Under the Bridge. It's like a cool bar in there. And he was doing like a charity thing. Obviously, we didn't get paid for charity, fair enough. And it's just like, listen, the team, Craig's team's reached out. He'd love you to come and play on that show. Sick. So I was like, unreal. So I just went down to London, did that. We smashed it. He smashed it, obviously. It's like flawless. His singing's just a joke. And so that then starts this relationship of, okay, can you warm up for... in conjunction with an artist called Nipper. I don't know if you know. He's an R&B, UK R&B artist, breaking through now. Well, broken through now. He's awesome. But with me and Nipper, ended up being the warm-up act for Craig David's arena tour, which was like arenas, 18,000 strong arenas in the UK. And then from that, Craig David had his Ibiza residency, and he'd pull me out to do like frequent shows in Ibiza.
No way.
And then from that, like to the point, building a relationship with the team, to the point where I'm like applying for my US visa to go and DJ in America.
It's tough to get those. You
have to have, I don't know if people know, but you have to have a load of background information about who you are and why you deserve a visa, and then the sort of icing on the cake is to have like these expert witness letters, basically. And it's basically people with high statures in the industry that you're trying to get a visa for, just corroborating the fact that you are who you say you are, and that you deserve one, basically. And Craig David wrote and signed a letter saying, I've worked with Joe in this capacity for this many years.
Bro.
And like I messaged him after and I said, look, like, it's crazy. Like, you're the first album I ever had as a kid. And the fact that you're signing on the dotted line to say this guy is who he says he is, and getting me across the line for my US visa 22 years later. Is just crazy.
That is crazy. Bro, think about, again, going back to these times when you was listening to these songs and like you was in that age, you would have never...
Headphones on, singing every lyric from the little booklet.
You know what I mean? You was just one kind of kid listening to him, and then look what went on to go happen. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, small world, man, but crazy, like full circle moment. Really, really nice. He's a really lovely guy. His team is all awesome.
Yeah,
he'd do anything for anyone. Yeah, just can't say enough good words about him, basically.
Mate, that's so good, and I feel like that's another good. Because I was thinking about it before you was coming on, and I was thinking this will be a great ep for any aspiring DJs. That I would say definitely. So it's interesting how you do one thing and then it leads to another thing and then it leads to another thing. That's why they just say you gotta just make the moves, isn't it?
100%.
Take chances you get. You gotta like.
And if you think about it, all of that came from me driving to London, getting a hotel, DJing for free.
Yeah,
that's a complete loss exercise.
Exactly,
like I go all the way down there, play for free, stay for free, like fuel, all of that stuff, and that I was not popping back then, so like that might be 500 quid that there's not really 400-500 quid I had in the locker, and that's just taking a gamble and believing in your own source and being like, you know what, if I go, I know it's going to lead to something else, and I'm going to prepare and I'm going to smash it, and then it did. So
it's inspiring, bro. That's literally, again, for any aspiring DJs, that's what you got to do.
100%, man. You got to work like a dog in this industry, and your net worth is your net worth, all of that, but your network is your net worth, whatever the saying is. But it's true, man. It sounds cliche, but
it's true.
Like, literally, the people that you pick up in life, and you don't pick people up to use them, you pick people up
just like
genuinely,
make connections,
and it just comes back usually in a positive way. If you're just nice to everyone on the way up, which I am and still am,
bro, like, it's important.
It's so important. So yeah, Craig David, one guy.
Mad. So shout out Craig David. If you're a Craig David fan, shout out Craig David and Big Joe Lobel. Okay, so we're gonna keep it stepping. So next up, we got Gigs and Skepta. Look out. So we're just gonna go straight in, and then we're gonna find out what this one represents after.
So
okay, we're in again. Gigs and Skepta. Look out. Some old school ish.
Old school, yeah.
Jeez,
Channel U days.
Come on, yes. Shout out the Channel U days. Smoky bars. It's accurate, you know.
This beat.
Two UK legends again.
These US beats almost.
Yeah. Bro, I remember there was that phase when all the UK rappers was jumping on US beats.
Like Talking the Hardest is a US beat.
Yeah.
It's a Dre beat, I think.
The UK anthem. Man, I love this shit. It's so raw.
Yeah. This is before all the money.
Trust me.
These guys were just doing it for the love of it.
Trust me. Even like going talking about like the fashion and stuff as well.
Yeah.
Like Skepta dresses really different now, obviously.
Yeah, I know. High fashion only.
Trust me, bro. Them ad-libs, yeah.
Ooh. She's got the deepest voice.
This is a mad music.
You know what? I don't even remember this video. I just used to listen to it on my Sony Ericsson Walkman phone, bro. Didn't have all this bit in.
Yeah, mate.
Look, this might sound a bit cheeky, but I don't even try if I'm gonna make it look easy.
Hey.
Skepta comes in the dirtiest bars, bro. So sick.
Mate, I'm telling you. Mate. Skepta, man. He's the best. Mate, whip.
Yeah, little R8.
Look at the R8 on the block.
What is this video?
This video is a mad video, isn't it? Old, but also shout out Jamal Edwards, man. SBTV.
Yeah, crazy.
R.I.P., bro.
Moment in history, he was.
Yeah, bro. He's a big inspiration for what I want to do with the media stuff with the brand, to be fair.
Fast forward this a little bit. Right, here we go. Skepta's going in now. After this chorus. Yeah. Might sound a bit cheeky, but I don't even try if I'm gonna make it look easy.
Spit, Joe Lobel. Joe Lobel spitting.
Like Mario and Luigi. Yeah, it's so sick.
Beat. Jeez. Jeez.
Sick, and then you got like Frisco, Shorty in the
Mate,
video.
all
like,
of the man them.
Sick.
Come on, man. Busting the moves.
Imagine you showed these guys like what music videos look like now for UK rap.
Yeah.
Like, crazy, bro.
Mate. Bro, this is what I mean. This is the raw days of just pulling up and just shooting.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So yeah, Skepta and Gigs.
What a track. Go on, what's the story here then, Joe?
This is just more like
Or what does this take you back to, at least?
This is more like taking me back to getting a bit of like a musical identity, like deciding what I like. And
it's interesting because thinking about the genres you've had so far, so obviously you've started with MJ, then
just getting darker and darker. I
was gonna say,
but yeah, like just getting a bit older,
MJ
getting a bit
to Craig David to this,
getting a bit more identity with it. I'll let you pause that. Yeah, just getting a bit older, getting a bit more identity with it, and yeah, just like this is like back of the bus days at school, playing the record out of your Sony Ericsson Walkman phone,
bro.
Like everyone like spitting the bars at the back of the bus, and just like just developing a bit more of a musical taste, like a lot of paying attention to a lot of UK rap and moving on and into grime and watching freestyles on Westwood
sick.
And like just diving into that scene a bit more, like gaining a bit of like getting home, watching MTV Base, Channel U,
like all the classics,
and just like sort of like some American hip hop and stuff as well, but like really diving in and loving the fact that the UK scene is like bubbling away.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I feel like that was the perfect time.
Yeah,
that was when it was really bubbling. Everything was like starting to pop off, wasn't
100%.
it?
All these people that you see now that are like the godfathers, the goats of like the UK scene, like they were starting when I was that age. So like Skepta, Gigs, like Kano,
even probably Wiley as well.
Wiley, obviously, like, and even other people that I will forget to mention. But like, I was sitting watching those freestyles, and the movement was happening. Lord of the Mics and like the Westwood freestyles and all of that stuff. It might have come a little bit later, but like just it was sick to watch the UK have something, and I was like, I'm backing this. I'm not from London or none of that, but we were all watching. The whole UK, especially the music heads, were watching. So that was like a real sort of defining moment in like genres I started to like, and cultures I started to like, and started to change the way I was dressing.
I was gonna say,
build a bit more of an identity.
Trust me. So what sort of age was this? I'm guessing is this like you're kind of getting to your teenage?
Yeah, I'd be in teens, early mid-teens. Early teens, I guess.
Yeah, no, I love that. Those times, bro. I feel like it's interesting looking back at those times. Again, do you look back at them fondly, or obviously I feel like everyone's around that age. It can be a bit rough sometimes, depending.
It was.
Depending on
situation
and where you go to school, and like there's always drama.
I was all right at school. Like I was similarly to how I am now. I think I'd hope I was quite just liked. And I was quite like, I had a load of friends at school. I was the class clown.
Okay,
So I spent a lot of time out of my school and in isolation and things, and I guess I moved about a bit when I was younger and moved schools and stuff, and I think from that moment I was like, right, I need to make new friends, so I'm going to show off and then play up, and that continued through my whole school career. Like I was pretty bright as well, like
I was
quite
say,
sharp.
Did you do well at school then? Or
sometimes I got a bit complacent in lessons because I was pretty sharp. So like if something was on the board, the whiteboard or whatever, I've like read it, clocked it, remembered it, understood it.
Fine.
And then I'm like, right, now let's take the piss. But like maybe the person next to me, as I've got older and I look back, I'm like, maybe the person next to me like could have done with the extra 10 minutes. But like every time I was just absorbing, and then a blah, blah, blah. And it would be like time for exams. I'd be like, I've revised. I revised for like an hour, but I'd just pass the exam pretty easily. And then like other people were like, I wish Joe didn't speak to me all day, every day for the last year because I'm struggling here.
Sabotaging everyone else and flying through.
So that made me play up a lot. I was just like pretty naughty in school, but just like naughty not in like I wasn't a horrible kid. I was just disruptive. I was disruptive.
No, I know what you mean.
Disruptive,
I know what you mean. And it's interesting going back to your kind of family situation. How did that go down? How you was in school? Was it like a big issue at home, or was it?
Oh yeah. I used to get some good tellings off for sure. Yeah, My stepdad had a harder line.
Trust me, I'm telling you, you know about them Ghanaians. Listen.
But yeah, my mum's not to be messed with either. So
double whammy.
Yeah, I used to get told off for sure, but yeah, it didn't stop me.
Yeah,
I think they were happy the day I finished school, so they stopped getting phone calls and called in to see the headmasters and stuff. But yeah, it is what it is. I turned out okay.
Yeah, you done all right. You done all right. He's still the naughty kid.
Yeah,
it's just allowed to be now.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, even going back to the back of the bus stuff. Yeah, I remember them days when everyone would be playing their tunes, and then what was it, infrared that you used to send on even before Bluetooth?
Hold two phones together for like 5 minutes and send the song like before Bluetooth came out. Embarrassing.
Trust me, bro. That's again making us look like fossils.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm getting there.
What? That is sick though. That's sick. Okay, so we're on to our next track. So track number 4, again, another certified UK classic. So we're going to ask for another intro from the DJ. Go on.
Right. So one of the aforementioned godfathers of UK rap, grime movement, released this song, and touching briefly, it was so important to me because this is when I just started DJing, and I'm playing records in this genre to start with.
Sick.
This is Kano, P's and Q's.
Jeez, K.A., let's go. Okay, we're in Kano, P's and Q's. This is Joe Lobel's My OST, another UK classic.
This beat, man. Some manners don't like me, they try to bad mind me when...
More bars. Mate, look how young he looks.
I know. The Americans all know him as Sully, but...
Trust me. What happened to Sully?
This is how we all know.
Little Sully.
Mm-hmm. Just like, this was one of the first times, you know, everyone, like, these UK rappers were sick, and I was loving the beats, and I was loving the freestyles, but, like, you hear a Kano... and you realize, oh, there's other ways to rap. There's different pockets to hit.
Yes,
there's like mad flows, and like I'm listening to these when I was younger. Like, yo, it's like if you see me and I ain't with my crew, believe I'm on my P's. And like he's not sticking to the normal like pattern of just end to end, bar to bar, just like rapping cleanly on beat. He's like offbeat, hitting the snare here, hitting the like. So this was like a eye opener. I was like, wow, this guy's incredible, and there's still a big fan to this day. Yeah,
he's again. I've used the word legend way too much in this episode, but you've got a lot of the legends in here, bro. Like you have to respect what this guy's done. Again, both in music, like just culture. Obviously, he's been doing the acting.
A wicked actor as well. What the hell?
Bro, this is what I mean. It's mad being such a big actor and having such like cult classics and like legend. And like you say, musically as well, the beat's sick, the way he's rapping.
Yeah. Crazy.
And these old videos again.
I know, but you can do. It's funny because we're going in chronological order. You can see the videos get a little bit higher budget. He's got cameras on a gimbal. He's got
trust me, bro.
He's got these little POV shots.
Yeah,
and like,
bro.
Mike Skinner there.
Trust me, you can actually see the difference from like even like from the SBTV just handheld point and shoot type thing.
This is a bit more of a production.
Mate, I didn't even know Mike Skinner was in this as well. That's sick. Mike Skinner, another legend, bro. Yeah. Mike Skinner was in Atu's, nice. The Streets, so good. P's and Q's. Do you still drop this in sets now?
I haven't for so long. You have to be in a specific room to be able to get away with dropping this now. Like, not that it's not a classic, but you need people of a certain age. It needs to be
especially with you doing loads of international stuff.
Yeah, I couldn't get away with playing this in America or in places in Asia or Europe. But like, if I had like a Sidewinder crowd or an old school, slightly older crowd, big stage, like I would run this for sure.
Mate, that's sick. That's sick. So yeah, tell us about these times and what it sort of makes you think about. So you said this was when you was really delving into DJing. So what sort of age?
This was...
So had you left, was you still at school at this point?
I was still at school, yeah. I downloaded a program onto my laptop, like a entry-level DJ program. I had no songs on my laptop, nothing, but I was like, let me just download... DJ. Yeah, virtual DJ, could have been it, I think. And I was like, let me just download a program. I don't even know where I even heard about the concept of DJs or DJing, but I did somehow. And I was like, let me just download and then download some songs and see how I get on. And I started, because all I was listening to at the time was this kind of stuff. I just started experimenting with mixing them together and mixing like grime beats and grime vocals together and just like, so that was the kind of, this era is the inception of me DJing basically, because I was so obsessed with the music that I was like, let me just start trying to weave it together, and then horribly, might I add. Like,
I was going to say, you got any of them early mixes?
Oh no! There's 4 or 5 laptops ago, but yeah, just the early sort of start of me mixing records together with some house music, because my mum's a big house fan. But yeah, I started off with these. They're like 4x4 beats, quite energetic, and I was that's how it all sort of began. Really, that's why I put this in.
That's so good. So these days you was in Leicester, and then was you like
in my mum's front room?
In the front room. That's sick. Did you? So was this just at home practicing at this point, or did you manage? Were you doing like house parties or like what?
So
any stuff outside of the gaff?
Of course, I spent the customary year or two at home practicing before I showed anybody that I was doing it, because it was obviously embarrassing to start with, but. Yeah, didn't you graduate? The normal sort of process that probably most DJs do. They DJ on their own for a while, get themselves to a point they can mix some songs together. Then they show a friend that they can do it. Then I remember linking up with a couple of lads in Leicester who also were doing the same thing. They were trying to DJ, and I was like, oh well, I'll come and practice with you. And then I'm showing them what I'm doing on the laptop. They're already on decks with CDs, and I'm like, oh, what that. I didn't even know that you could get from this to that. And then they were like, you put it in like this, you cue it like this, and then you change the speed like this. It's the same, but it's just it's physical. And I'm like, oh, okay. So then I'm like, right, I'll have a go on your CDs. And I'd spend, every day I'd go to the same guy's house, and we'd just mix the same 30 songs together, but like just in different ways, and just getting better and better. That's and like, so now I've gone from like just playing about at home on my computer to linking up with a couple of lads and doing some like actual mixing with like CDs and stuff, and then that was kind of the start. And then these guys that I'd gone to spend some time with, they ended up putting on their first events. Like, I'm DJing in the clubs underage and starting out in some Leicester clubs and getting paid like a couple of beers for my services, but like just going and DJing. And then I'd do a lot of house parties and people's birthday parties. I'd go and DJ, and it became like, oh, Joe's a DJ. Like, became that thing. Like, and everyone was like, oh, Joe, I'm having a party. Can you DJ? And it like just grew, and that was just in my hometown, just growing slightly. Never doing anything really that serious, but never getting paid. None of that. But those early years, this is around this time. Just like late teens. Just falling in love with it, basically. That's
sick, bro. I was going to say, because at that point, like, you're just doing it purely for the fun of it.
Oh, yeah.
It's an interesting concept, because obviously as you've become to do it full time, do you still think it like feels the same for you? Because sometimes people say when something becomes a job, it's like not the same almost, and you lose a bit of that. But how do you feel about that whole situation?
I mean, there's a lot worse jobs I could be doing. Let's be honest. I won't sit here and complain about the job at all. The obviously it's different now. I'm traveling most of the time on a plane to work, so that is jarring. But also I like being at the other end. I like getting to the new place and playing for new people. So I mean, like I say, I can't complain. It's unbelievable job. I can't believe where it's taken me. But it's different for sure. There was no expectations back then, like DJing just for your friends.
Did you feel the pressure back then, you think?
Yeah, I would have done, at a house party or something. I'd have felt pressure for sure, like setting up my little set of decks that I bought, and people coming up and giving requests, and it's those early moments where you really learn, like,
you learn
how
a
to
lot.
make a dance floor.
Yeah, you got to read the
like
floor,
how to mix,
sort of
how
thing.
fast to mix, how slow to mix, what songs you let running, what's your emergency songs where the crowd is bored and you need something to get them back up. Like those moments at the inception of it all, like, are still so important now, like transferable skills. So
it's good, bro. So like they say, the 10,000 hours, isn't it?
Yeah, and the rest, for sure. I've done at least 10,000 hours.
You've done your time, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
No, that's sick. Okay, so we're gonna keep it stepping. So we're switching genres here, which is interesting. That's one thing I've liked about your list. You've taken us on a little musical journey.
Yeah, this is a real left turn, but I'll explain why. So yeah, as you say, this is a bit of a left turn, and this marks an important moment for me in my career, because my mum, when I was 17, 18, took me to Ibiza for the first time. And
you know what's funny? I was going to half laugh at that, but I'm actually going to Ibiza with my mum. So
my mum's cool. I didn't feel any way about going with my mum, but she took me for my first time, and we obviously, it's expensive to go to the super clubs, so we just had a normal holiday, and then on like one night we went to like the Pasha store in the old town, and back then they had all the CDs of all the different resident artists, and you could buy tickets in store. So we went in the daytime and we picked up some CDs, and it was a Monday, and it was Masquerade Mondays by Swedish House Mafia. They had a residency at Pasha Weekly that year, and this was such a key moment for me, because up until now I'd been DJing in my mates' houses and in small bars, and local, this was the first. It was the eye opener of like, this is where you can get to. This is a possibility as a DJ. So my mum took me to Pasha to watch Swedish House Mafia, and I'm there like, I've never seen a club like it, as you can imagine. I'm from Leicester. Like, I'm looking at this club. I think it's like a 9,000 cap club, 8,000 cap club. It would
blow your mind.
I'm like looking. The DJs, they've changed where the DJ booth is in Pasha these days, but the DJ was like up, looking down on the crowd, and you could go up on all these different levels and like look over.
Yeah, Pasha's sick.
And it's like my favourite club in Ibiza still now, good. And I remember watching them and just being like, wow, the lights, the dancers, like there were rumours flying around in the bar, like people were saying, oh, do you know that they're getting paid 70k each, or like whatever it was. And I'm thinking, wow, this is a whole new world. Like the tickets were like 50, 60 euros, and this is going back a long time. And this spectacle, and so it's a real important moment for me, realising that actually DJing can be like, you can get somewhere really serious with it. And halfway through their set, they stopped the music, and this looks like it's going to be the version with the vocal, the Pharrell vocal. But they said they got on the microphone in the middle of their set, and they said, guys, we've actually just finished in the studio making a new record today, and we're going to play it for the first time ever for you guys.
No way.
And we'd love to hear your feedback on this tune. Like, if you love it, go crazy, blah, blah, blah. And then and I'm like,
iconic.
This is crazy. Intro. And this was before they even had the vocal added, so this was literally just instrumental, but then obviously it went on to be vocaled, and went on to, I mean, this has got 122 million views,
bro.
So like 15 years ago. So yeah, this is like a serious moment for me, and I remember just thinking, oh my god. So yeah, Swedish House Mafia 1.
What an intro. We're gonna go straight in. So good. This is sick as well, this vid.
Yeah, I've never seen this video, to be fair.
Him doing it. You just gotta do that head rock.
So sick, bro.
Mate, I remember this was another anthem. Another anthem.
And like I say, it's a left turn in terms of genres.
Yeah, a bit different.
It was more learning what a DJ can be, and don't get me wrong, I think a hip hop DJ would struggle to be doing a weekly residency in Pasha for 250 grand a set, but it showed me that there are big clubs, there are crazy crowds, there is levels to this, basically.
Yeah, bro, definitely. And SHM as well, I remember they were like, well, they still are now, but again, at the time, they were like another like kingpin, like just huge, like, because around them times I used to watch Ultra in Miami all the time, and like they'd be there and like doing obviously Tomorrowland and all of these like massive shows, like you say, Ibiza residencies.
Yeah, crazy.
So good. Takes me back, man.
Really good.
Honestly, takes me back. I remember, being like more school days around these times, and you, like, again, talking about the house party scenes. Like, we'd put this stuff on.
Crazy.
Yeah. Like, you even forget that Pharrell did this.
I know.
The vocals as well, Joe. Come on, I caught that.
Yeah, happy memories, man.
Honestly, and I love Ibiza as well. I love Ibiza.
So do I. I went on to be a Ibiza regular, so yeah.
That's so good. Have you been back to Ibiza since with Mumsy, or?
Well, another full circle. The only times I've been since with Mum is when she's been coming to watch me perform. So yeah, she's seen me on stage with Craig David, and like she's been in O Beach on stage there, and yeah, I ended up going on to play like at like High Ushuaia.
Yeah.
So yeah, crazy, man.
Yeah. I remember that 2018 Ibiza trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you was playing a few times there with Applebum and stuff. Yeah, what a trip.
Crazy.
So good,
Crazy.
so good. So yeah, it's going back to the whole point about this kind of opened your eyes to what DJing could be. So obviously you were doing the house parties, you was doing the clubs around this time. So then what, you get back from this trip and then what are you like? Is it just a quiet drive, or are you like making moves straight away, or what's kind of like the story?
To be honest, this is like, there wasn't really like, it was a different world. There wasn't like social media in the same way. There probably was, but not in the same way as now. There wasn't like YouTube wasn't really like a TV channel like it is now, you know, like YouTube was still quite niche, and there wasn't like tutorials on how to do things or like how to make content, or none of that really. So like, it was just like, okay, I've seen that. Wow. I don't know how to get there.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
But that was really good. So I
want to do that.
I fancy a bit of that. Yeah. So it just, I came home and it just kept the fire burning. It didn't really change anything in my behavior, but it just really like lit a fire under me. Like, okay, there is like, you can make a living off this.
Do you know what? Those points are important, because that's what kind of helps give you that drive and gives you the motivation and keeps you going. It's like it's funny because you have an end goal and then you achieve it and then you have another end goal and it kind of continues. But you know,
I wish I still waiting to achieve Swedish House Mafia level fame, but
the residency. But it's coming. To be fair, you've had a few. You have technically had the Ibiza residencies.
Yeah, not to the same scale, obviously, and they have 10,000 fans coming every week. It's slightly different, but yeah, just open my eyes and like just like, yeah, Joe, carry on doing this because you can make money, you can make a living, you can play amazing rooms, and like it was the first time I even knew that, so it's just
It's interesting now as well because I'm sure you've seen the chat where at a point it was like, oh, everyone wants to be a DJ or that sort of kind of narrative or talk. What would you say with that? Is it like, obviously it's competitive, I guess. I guess there is a lot of people out there, but even back then, I guess, was it a bit more niche and do you think it wasn't as much of an issue or?
Yeah, going back to the fact that there wasn't 15 tutorials on YouTube and going back to, it was quite gate kept by like the DJ community. So like finding out how to do things, like right now, if I was like, oh, I wonder what this echo button does, I'd just go, obviously I wouldn't have to now, but if I was starting again now, I'd just go on YouTube and be like, what does the echo button do? And then there'd be 150 tutorials telling you about the echo button and all the things the echo button can do. Whereas I'm just like, I had to learn by just pressing the button and hoping for the best. So like, and there were some people that gave me guidance along the way, obviously, but yeah, so it was a lot more gate kept. Like it was not, there was no Amazon. You couldn't buy decks and have them come the next day. You had to scope out where you could buy decks and go to a DJ specific website DJ or store or websites, and then just learn everything yourself. Like, because there was no resource to just learn things. So, like, yes, in a sense, it has become way more accessible and way more competitive. But I like that. Honestly, the fact that there's hundreds of thousands of DJs like also on TikTok, also with the same tools that I have, and also able to make content, and also like that just keeps me going, to be honest. Because if there was no competition, I'd have chilled a long time ago. I wouldn't still be uploading daily.
Do you know what? They talk about that a lot in sport, how like your rivals and the competition is actually what helps drive you to produce better stuff, really.
Of course, like the amount of transition things that I do, and they like might go a little bit viral, and then the next day I'll wake up and I might have 150 TikTok mentions, and it's DJs doing the same transition. Like, thanks, Joe Lobel, and then theirs goes viral, and I'm like, okay, I better think of the next one. Like, so without that, I wouldn't be working as hard as I am now, for sure. So I enjoy the competition.
Trust me, bro. I feel like that's an elite mindset on the competition. It's good. You welcome it and use it. Yeah. Trust me.
Of course. And if you didn't, like I say, if I just uploaded a mix and it went super viral and then nobody else uploaded anything, I'd probably wait a lot longer to upload the next one. I'd just be chilling. And back in the day, like, not discrediting anyone from like an older, not discrediting anyone from like an older time, but like back in the day, I feel like the DJs made it to the top and they stayed a lot longer because there was a lot less competition. There was a lot more gate kept. There wasn't social media and new ones bursting through all the time. Like people, once you got there, you were in that elite circuit. Now, like, I could be replaced by the next TikTok guy in a heartbeat. So like it definitely spurs me on to keep going. I need the competition to keep grafting. Then into the next stage of my journey. I come back from Ibiza.
Go on.
I go traveling for like, I think I went for like 7 to 9 months or something. Come back and it's time to go to university. So I go to uni and I'm listening to a lot of the UK rap stuff, a lot of hip hop, a lot of R&B, but I get to Leeds for university. Shout out Leeds, and I'm still here today.
Come on, shout out Leeds.
And Leeds, it just turns out, is a very housey city. We're going back 14, 15 years when I got here, and like there's a plethora of house events, house DJs, house parties, it just was ingrained in this Leeds student scene. So I'm like, right, well, I like house music. I'm still DJing in my little university bedroom, but I start going start going to these house events. Like, okay, what's a house event saying? Like, now I'm 18 and I'm 19 or whatever it is, and I'm going out.
Causing chaos out there, man.
Causing a ruckus, and just going out with the boys. We probably thought we looked a lot cooler than we did, but we were front and center or backstage in all these house events. And this was the time that like deep house was emerging hugely in the UK, and the next track is a testament to that. Like, it was the center. If I just describe my first 2 years at uni, it's this song. So this is Hungry for the Power, and it was the Jamie Jones remix.
This is a banger. I've even got this in one of my mixes. That's how you know. Right, let's go. So good. This is why we've got the other camera. I might have to start busting some moves. This is probably up there with one of my favorite house tunes of all time.
There used to be a
Jamie Jones legend as well.
They used to, because I was still DJing at this point, and there used to be a song called It was an edit of "Say My Name" by Destiny's Child, and it was by Cyril Hahn.
Mate, I've got it.
You remember?
Banger.
And those two tunes I remember was when I started like working out about keys and musicality, and this song and that song were the same key. And it goes, say my name, and I'm playing that over this, and I was like, I was in my uni halls thinking I was a genius, bro, mixing these two songs together.
Mate, the room was on fire.
Yeah, there's just me in there, but it was going crazy. But yeah, like, just house music and going to a load of house events out very late, going to after parties, this whole world. And Leeds was like a hub. Like, you might go and see...
student city as well.
Yeah, you might go and see a Jamie Jones or a... I can't even think now, but all the Seth Troxler, all these house legends that are still going now, like MK when he was a bit more underground. Like, and I remember like there were like house parties in Leeds where you'd go see MK at Mint, and then MK's at the house party after.
Yeah, do you know what?
He's DJing.
I remember them days because even when I was at uni,
it was a scene.
It'd pop off, and you'd be hearing stories about other cities about like DJs DJing at people's house parties and stuff. I remember that.
Yeah, like we had it off, man. Like, it was a good time learning how to be independent, learning how to go out and enjoy yourself, and just like had a crew, like a crew of lads and girls, but mainly lads, just like bopping about. Like, we thought we were the dog's bollocks, but it was such a fun time.
Trust me, bro. That's what I was gonna say. Looking back at uni, I bet you had such a good I know I had a great time. Yeah. And I know from even just being from the distance from you, I'm sure you did in Leeds as well.
Yeah, and just like going back to like your network and stuff. These early years were like, I went from knowing 100, 200 people in Leicester to just knowing every student in Leeds, basically. You know, everyone that liked the similar music or liked going out. We all knew each other. It was like a huge family kind of thing. And these people who ran the house night, or who owned the club, or who the bouncer at this place, or that, you know, you start to meet all these people, and I'm pretty outgoing, and I'm meeting everyone. And these relationships, even though they weren't connected to hip hop or connected to DJing, eventually they were, because these people I was out with went on to own events companies, or the people that worked behind the bar went on to own a club, or so like that was the real start, just lighting a fire on like your network just expanding exponentially, because you're meeting because the student scene in Leeds in this time
I bet was popping,
was like
serious.
You had 3 or 4 nights you could choose each night. So it was like, should we go to this or this tonight? Should we go to this or this on Tuesday? And like, this is like every night of the week. Clubbing was just crazy. Back then.
Mate. Them
so
times
you're meeting
when you're doing
so
6 nights in a row and something stupid.
You're meeting so many people, and just like you play me again now.
More vocals for you, lot. Come on.
God, put some auto-tune on that in the edit.
We need serious art on that. Mate.
I spilled my drink on myself. Wow, I got too gassed.
Mate, what a banger. You're taking me back, man. I needed to be in those house parties with you, bro. Man, I bet you was shelling them.
Yeah, and this is the thing, is I'm going to the nights, and then I'm DJing the house parties, and then I'm And then like the promoter from that night might come to the after party and he's like, oh, you know, Joe's got a bit about him on the decks. And then all of a sudden it's like next week you're warming up this thing.
Bro.
And I'm like, oh yeah, well I know I'm playing house at this after party, but I'm actually a hip hop DJ. And like, oh, okay, we need an R&B DJ for the R&B room of this. And this is how it all began. Like my first year of uni, and then I started going from just being a party goer to a
party starter, mate.
Party starter. Wow, that should be my new tagline.
Trust me, mate. Mate, that is sick though. But I feel like this is a great conversation so far. But this is a masterclass, I think. Again, talking about young DJs coming up. Again, the concept of putting yourself out there and basically it's like a concept of just do. You know what I mean? Like, you've done this, and you might meet someone here, and you was out here, and you was being friendly to people, and you was meeting there, and you was networking.
Yeah.
And
you're almost networking without realising it as well. It's not like a force, like, hey, can I meet you at this time to discuss my career? It's not like that. It's just like, oh, I'm Joe, like, should we have a shot of tequila at the bar? Like, yeah.
Exactly, bro.
Okay.
And that's a good point as well, because networking, people think about networking, it doesn't, as you say, it doesn't have to be like that.
Yeah.
You can just be out and about, meeting people, talking to people. That's all it is, really.
Yeah, I think it's way more natural that way as well. Yeah. Like, I'd much rather somebody say, oh, Joe, do you know this guy, by the way? He owns this and this. I'd be like, oh, yo, do you want to come? Let's have a drink, blah, blah, blah. Nice to meet you. And then follow each other on Instagram, and then that's where the work starts.
Exactly.
But yeah. Nice, what a banger. Jamie Jones.
Proper
Hats
banger. So good.
Deep house. This was a real era of music.
Then, just on the topic of the whole house thing, again, this was a bit later on, but so you've taken us on a bit of a journey through the genres. We've had like a bit of R&B. We've had obviously like the older stuff with MJ. We've had like the rap. So how did you kind of narrow down what you wanted to DJ? Was it just, so for example, talking about going to Leeds and this igniting kind of, well, you've had those house influences from early anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like, was it always like hip hop and rap? Because I know, for example, you know, you had Joe Lobel for a bit and things. So kind of where do you sit with your genres and which ones you wanted to DJ?
Yeah, it was like I was kind of like open format when I was at uni. I was taking any, obviously I was trying to make money. I was trying to meet as many people as I could, and I enjoyed both dance music and hip hop. So in the UK back then, you'd normally have, in the old school club world, you'd have a house room, an R&B room, and they'd both be full, and that would be it. The R&B room would always be smaller, the house room would always be better, but that was just how it worked in clubs in the UK. It's a bit different now. You might go to like just an Afro house night or just an Amapiano night. It's very different. That didn't really exist. It was just like standard clubs, house room, R&B room. That was your options, like it or lump it. So I used to play house I used to play house if I was asked to play house. I used to play R&B if I was in the R&B room. I'd play anything just to have a gig, just to be working. But and I enjoyed them pretty equally. Like, I guess even at some points I enjoyed playing the house more because you'd have the opportunity to play bigger rooms and it's way easier. Sorry, house DJs,
no,
but
it is. Thank you.
It is way easier to mix house music. I don't care what anyone says. I
have a hot take, and it's going to be a bit offensive, but I think it is far easier to blow and DJ those sorts of genres.
Yeah.
Like if you're producing or DJing.
I would say,
I don't know, a bit of
I
a hot
agree. The DJing part, I agree. It's easier to learn and get proficient at DJing house music.
Definitely.
But what I will say is the volume of competition is way higher.
That is a good point.
To blow as a house artist,
that is a good point.
You're in a pool of 50,000 other Spotify, SoundCloud producers desperate to make it, working their asses off, and now everyone knows how to make content. Everyone knows how to. So I would say the competition's fiercer, but the actual DJing is like irrefutably easier.
Yeah, definitely.
But like hip hop. So I'm DJing hip hop, I'd say fairly well, and I'm DJing house music fairly well, and I'm doing both gigs. And the only reason I really made the sort of definitive switch or choice is because I realized that there weren't as many hip hop DJs.
Okay, that's interesting.
And I stood out more among the hip hop world because I was getting getting pretty handy at that point. And B, the reason I made a choice at all was just because I realized I had to. Like, it was kind of foggying the message, like in terms of like a brand. When I realized that, okay, if I want to get to the next stage, I'm going to have to become more of a brand than just a resident DJ. Like, I couldn't be uploading videos playing house one day and alienating the hip hop fans, and then playing hip hop the other day and alienating the house fans. Yeah. So I just made a choice. I was like, which am I better at? Which am I more impressive at? And it was hip hop. And my friends said, Joe, you're better at hip hop. And I was like, okay. And I just dove head first into hip hop then. Wow. Yeah. And and stopped. And if I was doing a house gig, I'd be very quiet about it, and didn't really because I didn't want to muddy the message in terms of, because by then you're getting Instagrams and and Facebook pages, and you're putting up clips and
talking about the whole brand thing. Yeah, as well, like you said,
nailing on the brand became more and more important. So yeah, that was why I chose hip hop. I was just better at it.
That's really interesting. And looking back, I assume you're happy with your choice.
Yeah, of course. I mean, to be honest, I look at some of my friends who play house music in the bigger leagues, and I think, you've got it all right. You know, you're touring, playing to minimum 10,000 people everywhere you go, and earning probably 5 times what I earn, because they're playing to bigger rooms and bigger crowds, and there's more money in that scene and all of that stuff. But like, as I say, I think I'm more impressive as a hip hop DJ, and my real true love is for that type of music. So I'm happy that I picked that lane.
Yeah, that's good, to be fair, because we talked a little bit about this on the last ep. So if you haven't seen it, go check out Atu's My OST as well. But yeah, we were talking a bit about this kind of idea about creativity, and it's interesting about how, say, if you were with a major label and they might have forced you into doing one thing if you're a music artist, but obviously being a DJ, it's a little bit different in terms of you might get a manager, but it's a kind of different sort of pressure. So you were free to you made a strategic decision, it kind of seems like, but at the same time, it was the one that led you.
Yeah.
Because, for example, if you're saying, especially with how good you are, do you think you're talking about how you maybe could have gone down a different lane, and maybe you would be doing bigger rooms, and maybe you would be doing this and that?
Maybe, but who's to know?
Exactly.
I wouldn't beat myself up over it, and I think just play the music that you truly love and listen. Like, I like dance music, and I like going to Ibiza once a year and having a big one at Pasha, or going to see, go to a festival and get in one of those tents and turn up. Like, don't get me wrong, that's not lost on me, but the music I actively seek out on YouTube, the freestyles I watch, the interviews I watch, the music I play in my car, the music that I'll sit and listen to all day long is my hip hop, R&B, Afro, like those kind of genres. So that's, you have to, if you're going to do it every day and fly across the world and do it when you're tired and do it when you've got no money and do it when you've got no crowd, you've got to be loving what you're playing. Exactly. So that's what I've learned.
That's good. That's a serious tip right there. Serious tip right there. Okay, so we're going to keep it going. So next up we have Rich Homie Quan. Another legend, Rich Homie Quan-ish. Well, depends on what circles you might call him a legend. Do you want to give us an intro here?
This is a bit of a random one. It's more of a personal one, but I'd made that choice now by this point. Yeah. I'm going down the hip hop route. I am like fully diving into, I say hip hop, I'm using it as an umbrella for every genre under the sort of, in the black sort of music of black origin, like sphere. Yeah. But this song, this was more just me and the boys, if I'm honest. Like, I'm at uni, I'm DJing in my like student accommodation, and I used to we used to have house parties. I was starting to play in clubs as well, but I loved it so much I'd DJ any occasion. So like I might do a house party for everyone, we'd pre-drink, then we'd all go to the club where I was DJing. So I'm at that stage now. I'm doing like 3 or 4 weekly residencies. I've decided I want to play hip hop in the main, and this tune. I don't know why. It just sprung to my head because the chorus says ooh 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 ooh, and the boys just used to walk through Leeds just singing this. Honestly, like I think we went on holiday once and I made an after movie of our holiday. This was the song I put on it, and we were
song
just
of
like,
the trip. Yeah,
we were just, it was one of them song of the trip vibes, and it was just like marking my sort of hip hop era.
Yeah, that's sick. It's sick when you have a song which marks the trip as well. Yeah, I love that. Right, let's get into it. And then
so I must be 20, I don't know when this came out, but I must be 20, 21.
So 10 years ago, roughly, yeah.
Yeah, okay, even older, 23.
Yeah.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
I remember this.
And now the videos are a bit more glitzy.
Yeah. But also, it's interesting going to the whole US rapper versus UK rapper thing.
Yeah,
I think there's also a bit of a difference
there.
A
financial difference for sure. Yeah. Not so much now, though.
Yeah.
Central Cee would spin some of these guys.
Trust me, bro. Cinch, I need that money, man. Cinch.
Trust me. Give us a tenner, Cinch.
Lend us a tenner.
The beats and that, like, this is the point we're getting into like the mustard era and
Mate, these tunes just remind me of that clubbing era.
Yeah.
I feel like you go to those UK hip hop nights and there'd be loads of these American tunes, but they're proper like club tunes.
Yeah, bangers. I love this era, this 100 BPM. Well, this is a bit slower, but this like 90 to 100 BPM era of like mustard, like creating these beats like Paranoid and who do you love, and like all these old school tunes, like these. This was such a sick era, and this was like I was spoiled when I started DJing hip hop properly, because there was just tune after tune after tune after tune. We struggle nowadays, but
I think you've kind of talked a bit to me about this, but it's interesting, and most people probably don't think about this, but as a DJ, the songs that come out in a year are like your bread and butter, if that makes sense.
Course,
so if it's a bad year for music, it's almost a bad year for you in some ways.
Especially when you're like supposed to be known as a guy that like always makes a fresh wordplay routine with whatever the new song is. When there's no new song, I'm like struggling. Like, what am I supposed to? How do I create?
Yeah.
Because I've almost done some sort of transition with every song now. So like.
And that's actually a really good point. So on the word, as I said in my intro, the wordplay king is what this guy's known as, the wordplay king. So is it at this point you've locked in onto hip hop? You're kind of getting out there more and more. You've got a few weekly residencies, like you say. So have you started, and also you've talked about building a brand a bit. So did you sit and think, oh, actually, I'm gonna make this my thing as part of the branding, or did you just fall into the wordplay, or how did it happen?
Oh yeah, I kind of fell into it. Like, it's as I'm getting a bit better at, as I'm getting just when you get to a point where you're completely comfortable to DJ, nothing phases you. You know, you've learned enough. You've learned enough to DJ comfortably through a whole night without making mistakes. You know, you get to that point in any job, don't you, where you can turn up, do it on autopilot, smoothly and efficiently, no matter what you do. So like, I'd got to that point. I'm DJing now 4 or 5 hour sets in clubs, DJing a pre-party before and after party after. Like, I loved it. You couldn't have got me off the deck. So I'm like, I'm so comfortable. And then it comes to a point where you're like, okay, now what's the finesse? Like, what's the extra sprinkle that I can add here? Like, I need to start learning how to mix tunes together in key properly, or like changing the speed as I'm doing things, or like, can I learn a bit of scratching here and there? And then another thing that I was trying to add to my bow was like these little mixes where I was connecting songs by the words, and it wasn't like a new concept, but like, it wasn't a concept that was like just being done routinely by every DJ. It was like you might hear 1 or 2 DJs online and they're doing these little routines and the words are connecting. I'm thinking, oh, that's cool. Like, and I know songs. I know some songs with some words in. Like, let me have a go.
I know some words.
Yeah. So it wasn't as much of like a key anchor point of what I did like it is now, but it was just like, I'm gonna have a couple of those. And every time I was doing one, I'd be like, yo, listen to this though, and I'd like do the word thing, and they'd be like, yeah, that's cool, and then I'd carry on with my set. now it's become to a point where almost every video I upload is some sort of word or tone play routine, because I've learned that that's what the sort of my algorithm favors. But yeah, so I'm just toying with that as a concept, and then I'm going through my DJ career and leading me on beautifully to the next song.
Yes, yes, teaser.
I'm just sort of building, and like a really 10-second overview. I leave university, I start playing residencies, quit full-time work, and then I'm doing... I was
just going to ask about that.
Yeah, I'm doing like 4 or 5 shows a week, and start to upload some clips of these wordplays. And back then we're on Facebook. I'm uploading like widescreen. It wouldn't be done now, but I'm uploading widescreen videos, 5 minutes long. I call them like Wordplay Wednesdays, and it would be like in the club before the club opened. And I look back the other day, it came up on my Facebook memories, and like they're getting like 100 likes, and I'm like, I'm the man round here, like, because I was all right back then.
Trust me.
And they'd be like, oh, Joe's like, these promoters would be like, Joe's got a bit of something unique about him. You know, he's doing these videos. Not many other DJs were uploading really videos at the time, and I'm just getting into it, and I'm not just mixing like a couple of songs together. I'm mixing like one song by that word into the next song by that word into the next song by that word, and I've got like 6 songs that all link with a word in the middle, and it would be like or a different word, but like it would be a one word here, one word there, one word there. Yeah. And that started becoming my thing, and then like people are like, "Oh, have you got any new ones of those?" And then I'm just like diving. I'm like, right, I need 100 of these. Like, let me think of every song I know and think of words and work out little transitions. And I'm really diving into it. And yeah, that was like when I really started focusing on it.
That's sick. Just just before we go into the next tune, we're gonna keep you guys waiting a little bit longer. But yeah, in terms of you going on to the wordplay thing, so did you just kind of like build into it then, just naturally more and more and more? Yeah.
Yeah, I think once I don't want to bore non-DJs for with a half an hour monologue about.
But even like just to interrupt, just shortly. Even sorry, what I was going to say is like because probably people don't understand about preparation. So is this like all in your prep? You was like sitting there putting hours into like building into this wordplay more and more.
Yeah, I was, because once I started uploading it and realizing actually this is something a little bit different for like promoters to see or club owners to see. Like other DJs are uploading the videos that you see, you know, where it's like the crowd's going crazy and blah, blah, blah. I'm uploading these videos where maybe the club hasn't even opened yet, and it's just me showing off skills and showing off something a bit unique. And people were going, you know what, that Joe's got a bit about him. And then it turns into this obsession. And like, whether it was prep beforehand or just as I was going about my gigs, because I was playing these full night residency sets. So I'd be starting at, I don't know, 10:30 and finishing at 4, however long that is. And as you're playing, I'm super sort of in tune, thinking about what I can be doing. Fine. So even if it wasn't the case that I pre-thought of it, I'd play a song on the night and I'd be like, tomorrow I'm gonna practice this mixed into this because those words are the same, or that phrase is the same, or so like it just became a lot more conscious, and I was building up a lot more of a catalogue. Yeah, and like an understanding. Again, it goes back to that thing about the 10,000 hours. So somewhere like, you know what I mean? You're not just gonna, someone's like, I want to be a DJ, and just tomorrow you're gonna be doing that. Yeah, like you said, you got to build into it. Yeah, exactly. And then
put those hours in.
Build into it. I did for like the next few years, and I got to a really cool point where I was like doing shows. I was doing shows in Leeds, which like I'd call my home city, even though it's not, but like that's what I'd call my home city. And I'm sort of building a bit of momentum in other cities. I'm getting because I'm focusing so much on content and everything. I'm getting noticed by other cities, other promoters, like in a Sheffield or in a Manchester or in a Birmingham. And I'm starting to get just a bit more recognition around the country, and just getting busier in general. And it's all going in like the best direction ever. And I don't want to bring it down or spend too long on this, but then COVID hits. COVID was the killer for all DJs, all hospitality staff, still is now proving to be. And it was a shame because I felt like I had such momentum at the time. But went into COVID. Let's just gloss over that period. Hell, I didn't work and whatever.
It was a tough one for a lot of people.
Tough for everyone. Like, I'm not going to moan. People literally had relatives dying. So, that, if you put it in a wider perspective, I just had some time off. But then I came back and I'd had 3 years to think. I'd had 3 years to prep. 3 years of missing what I wanted to do. 3 years of practicing transitions. 3 years of, like, reevaluating how serious I was going to take this on the other side. I come out to the other side, the clubs reopen, and I've decided, look, I've worked out how to live with no money.
Yeah.
I've paid a lot of attention to people's content strategies and like how people have blown up.
Yeah.
And I know that I only want to play hip hop and that I want to be known as the wordplay guy.
Oh, sick.
So I'm like, I'm in.
You've got the ingredients.
I've got the ingredients. I've had time to think about it. I'm bursting at the seams, ready to get out. And when the clubs reopen, I get one of my first shows, and I get it at Ministry of Sound in London for a brand called Milkshake, Wicked Party. They paid me
big club,
a low amount of money because they didn't need to book me. I was technically a nobody, really, but they paid me nothing, like a little amount, and I just said, look, to a London videographer, I just said, look, this is how much they're paying me. I'll give you this, all of this.
Yeah.
Just film.
Yeah.
Film this whole set, and let's make clips, and let's put them on TikTok, and let's just have it off. I've got a very slow TikTok at the time. I'm posting videos, getting 300-400 views, whatever. He then films proper camera, proper quality, Ministry of Sound, unbelievable club.
Yeah.
Doja has just come out by Central Cee.
Yeah.
And I've worked out that both the songs say the word gay, funnily enough, but both the songs say that word. And Dior, which is the next song by Pop Smoke, is just an anthem at the time.
Anthem, legend,
Doja,
R.I.P. Pop as well.
I know, R.I.P. Pop. But Doja is the new anthem, and Dior's the old anthem.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, these two songs both go together in my signature wordplay style, and I'm playing at Ministry of Sound, and I've got a proper videographer. Let's go.
Yeah.
The clip, this is why this song's in the list, because this clip just literally almost single-handedly transformed the whole trajectory of my career.
Wow.
Like, I went from like just DJing, like just round and sort of comfortable and student nights and this and that, to this clip going viral on both social medias, like 20 million views between the two or something, or 15 million views between the two.
Yeah.
From nothing. Like from, I had 10,000 followers, which is still decent on Instagram, and like 2,000 on TikTok. And it went from 2,000 on TikTok to 100,000, from 10,000 on Instagram to 70,000.
Really?
Literally, we're
mad.
talking in a month, like
That's
in a month's time.
mad.
And I'd been uploading loads of videos, but these were the ones that took off. And I obviously filmed the whole night, so I had 3 or 4 or 5 wordplay transitions by that point in my set, and all of them went the same amount of viral. So
that's sick, bro.
this is the moment.
That's so good. We're gonna get into it, and then I got a few more questions for you after.
Let's
so
go.
Let's go. This bloody TV. Another one. Also, this TV's been giving me problems, guys. Listen, I'm gonna fix this TV. Don't worry. All right, let's go. I'm just gonna let that go off by itself. To be fair, it's taking ages, isn't it? Another legend.
Yeah.
Pop Smoke.
Gone too soon, man.
Gone way too soon.
Would have had a lot of bangers from this guy if
Trust me,
he'd still been alive. What a career he would have had.
Honestly, he was... Mad video.
Cheeks!
It took my eyes out. I'm like this.
Wait.
Hey.
Woo! Come on, man.
Trust me, too good. Turn this one up. She like the way that. She like that.
Billie Jean.
Chris and Dior.
Remember them Dior trainers, them see-through ones, man.
Man, everyone loves CD trainer. Yeah, see them loads.
I remember I bought them.
Really?
Yeah. Wasted money.
What was it? Was money a bit better around these times, or was that another one where you was just
not enough to be buying Dior trainers, to be honest?
One of them ones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There it is.
When I hear this, I hear your mix, which is crazy.
And it just went from just like going viral in the UK to just like I was getting tagged from DJs in the Philippines, like in Australia. I still do today, but like it was the first time I realized how global social media could be, and like all of a sudden, I wish I was playing at this place and this place in England became, hey, why don't I set my sights a bit further afield? I could be playing in the Philippines here. Like what? Like people know who I am in New Zealand, in Hawaii, like it's in mental. St. Martin in the Caribbean, and like it was like wow, like it was like wildfire, like watching what happened after these videos, like because I just went from having a little bit of local interest to having like literal global interest. Like messages coming in French, messages coming in from people in Kenya, messages coming from the Caribbean, Asia. I can't explain it. Everywhere in the world, basically.
Jeez.
So that was what I would describe as a real turning point moment. That's why that song's on there.
Mate, amazing. And this is the thing. Again, you've been putting in the hours. Like, it's thinking about where you started, and then COVID, which could have been a big L.
Well, it was. I spent everything I had saved.
I say could have been a big L. Maybe it was a big L.
Huge L. Yeah.
And then it's one of those things. I feel like sometimes, because even I've had it recently, where maybe you like feel the pressure. Like, well, I'll ask you actually. Did you ever feel the pressure, like, not to give up, but you know, when you've had like a big sort of kind of situations like that, are you a bit like, what's next, or was you just always?
Honestly, I think maybe like the rest of the country, I don't think anyone thought it was going to go on that long.
Yeah.
Because they initially told us, look, you're just chilling for like a few months. Let's let this settle. And I actually got the news and thought, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought like...
Mate, we was loving the first lockdown. I was like, we was at uni.
I was like, like, you know, I'm just going to... That's fine. I'm just going to chill. Like I could do with a break. Yeah. Why not? Chill. Like everything got cheaper. Everywhere got quieter. Like just enjoy. We were out. It was sunny, if you remember. We were outside. Like I was kicking about with my boy.
Yeah, the weather.
Like every day we'd spend 2 hours on the football or whatever the legal amount was. That's how long we were there. Yeah. We'd spend a couple hours outside just playing football. Just like I was like, this is awesome, to be honest. And then as soon as I get back, I'm gonna take over. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, we're locking down again. And so you went from expecting 2 months to having 3 years, like So, and in between all those weird stages where you could DJ like to people that were sat down, and there was enough to keep me
just about going.
Never thinking I would quit. I was being drip fed. Oh, the bars are open a bit, or you can play outdoors. Like I was getting drip fed enough to keep me excited about it. But it was never. I mean, don't get me wrong. I did other little jobs I had to in the time, and did some decorating with my mate. He's like a painter decorator. I went and worked for him for a bit. Did some delivery driving. Did all sorts. Just to make ends meet. And then. It was never in question. As soon as it came back, I just used the time to build like a bit of a game plan, to be honest.
So that's good, bro. That's good. Yeah, literally made the most out of a bad situation. And then again, that's another thing that people maybe didn't realize. But you had to do other things to keep yourself going. You did, but you just come back to it. And then you said that Ministry of Sound gig was like what, right after COVID?
Pretty much, yeah. I think we opened in like the June, July, and this gig was in like a September.
Jeez.
So it was like I had a few other gigs before, and I was also taking a videographer to every other gig. Like as soon as it came back, I was like, whatever I'm getting paid, I'm giving half of it to a videographer, like every gig. And then the Ministry of Sound was a really important one, so I gave the whole wage to them. And like I say, I was on my bare bones because I'd spent all my savings. I was on my arse. Like I was like, it was hurting me to give away a couple £100 to a videographer when when I needed it. But I was like, no, just you know how to be broke, just do it.
Yeah.
Just pay it forward and upload content.
I love that phrase.
And I said, if it doesn't work, if you spend 6 months like getting videographers, or you spend a year getting videographers and none of that works, then fair enough, you gave it a good go. But I had so much belief that what I was doing was unique-ish and like a USP, that I was like, I have to show more people, because
that's what it's about at the end of the day.
It's just eyes on. Yeah,
if the product's good, and then it's just about getting eyes on, like you say.
Yeah, 100%. There's like there's artists out there, there's DJs out there, there's probably footballers out there that just haven't been seen, or like architects out there, or whatever your job is. Like you need visibility to be able to go forward. And so I just said, that's it. I'm on a mission to get maximum visibility. Yeah. And I just did that for months. And then when you get one or two go viral, then it's like, okay, that's the formula. Yeah. Now I'm going to replicate that as much as possible. So then I just went crazy. I've spent months on YouTube and blah blah blah. I thought, I can't afford to have videographers every time, so let me learn how to make my own.
Okay,
so I invested in all my own cameras, learn how to edit, learn how to do multicams, and learn how to like grade footage and what lens I need to buy and what lights I need, and build a home studio. Very slow process, obviously, but and I just I'm in now. Every time I go to a gig, it's 3 cameras clamped, clamp, tripod, audio in, lights on. I'm serious. And then the next morning I'm up, the footage is transferred, I'm editing reels, and then I've edited the full version for YouTube, and I've edited different ones for TikTok and Instagram. Like so
you do it all yourself. People don't even know you do it all yourself. Man's in the lab. My guy's in the lab. That is sick, bro. And again, we're gonna have to let you guys know, Joe's even been helping us with our setup today. So Joe is proficient. He's learned a lot, I think. I've learned
so much, bro. And I'm surrounded, obviously, in my world, I'm surrounded by videographers, photographers, really, really competent. A lot of my friends are really, really competent media sort of content creators. So it's like, one of them gets a text from me daily or weekly for sure, like, yo, how do you do that? Well, what do you edit that with? Oh, how did you make that effect? I'm just asking about, I'm just absorbing always. And I said to you earlier, like, I've actually just bought a camera bag instead of a DJ bag, because everywhere I go, I'm taking a laptop for DJing, and the rest is camera equipment. Like, I've got a full bag that probably weighs 15 kg of just camera equipment, and stands and tripods and blah, blah, blah. It's very boring if you're not in that world, but like, that just is an example of how much I've just dived into caring about that, because it works.
It works. Again, so people are thinking, oh, I want to be a DJ, but they're probably not thinking about the things which go around it, the things which you might need, like the content.
And I always say, like, if you're aspiring anything in that world, in a world where content can help, if you own a bar, if you are a singer, if you're a DJ upcoming, whatever, if you just want to be an influencer, whatever you want to do, you're an artist, but you don't have to have unbelievable cameras and stuff to start with, because the phone cameras are so sick. Good now, so like, just actually make the effort to film and edit and upload, and like, get yourself a little light so you look a little bit more flattering, or so that you can see better in a dark club or whatever. And just learn how to edit properly. Like, if it's an audio job, like you're a rapper or a DJ or whatever, just make sure the audio sounds clean on your content. Like, that's the main thing you're selling. So make that in high importance. And I'm screaming from the rooftops to people all the time. Like, I found out, for me, it works. Like, I've got a repeatable formula that works, and just find yours. If you some people I see, like rappers and singers that I know even, and I see like they'll upload 15 different clips of them singing, so they've got the consistency part going, and then there'll be one where they're stood outside with the boys, and the boys are drinking and smoking in the background, and they're rapping, and that one gets 10,000 views. I'm like, that's the one you need to do, bro. Exactly, like, bro. That's the forget the rest. Do 40 of them now. Like in different locations. Like, that's what's resonated. Go for it. And I try sometimes. Some DJs have got really famous for just doing cool blends where they've mixed 2 songs together and they bop about in a studio, and that's cool. That's an art in itself. I do that. Nobody cares. Like, that's not my area, apparently, of TikTok or Insta. Like, people would be like, yeah, that was all right, Joe, but show us more wordplay. Like, So I've worked out that that's me. If you know, if you're a photographer and you always take landscape photos, but you take one portrait and everyone's like, wow, the colors, this is amazing. Yeah. Put more portraits up, bro. Yeah. Like,
that's interesting. Do you ever think then? Do you think you'll ever feel boxed into that then, or?
I do. Yeah.
Or,
I do feel a little bit boxed in, but I don't mind. But I am boxed in, like whether I like it or not, like because that's the content that performs, and that's what people expect of me. Yeah. So there's some people who DJ in they upload clips DJing in their bedroom, and they get millions and millions of views, and then they upload clips in the clubs and they don't. Yeah. And I think I'd much rather the box I'm in because I've decided to start off with live clips from clubs with the club going off, and that's what people resonate with me. So, and I think that's a lot better as a marketing tool, like for prospective promoters and club owners, because they look like on some people you can look and you see like, oh, that's a cool mix, but they're in their bedroom. You don't know if they've tried it 15 times. Exactly. You don't know
and
if it's edited
DJing, or like you say, bedroom DJing and DJing to a crowd, slightly different things as well.
Yeah, I think somebody will look at if somebody says, oh, have you heard of Joe? And they're like, no. They look on my thing. Okay, that was him in Portugal the other day. That was him in Bali. That was what it looked like when he played in Dallas. Oh, yeah, that was Toronto. That looked really cool when he was in Ibiza. And they can see the crowd. They can see me. They can see the club. They can see that I haven't been like, right, guys, I got that one wrong. I'm just going to do that again. If you can all just dance as you were. Like, this is live, one take. And I've just gone for like... Some people, I get criticism in the comments like, oh, that could have been cleaner, that could have been shorter. This might be the first time I've ever done this in a club. I've just uploaded it the next day because why not? But you know, whereas some DJs, you know, you might comment, oh, that's amazing, that's perfect. Yeah, maybe they've tried it 15 times. They're at home in a studio controlled environment with where they feel chilled and they've practiced and then press record. You know, it's not like that. It's raw. It's live. It's real.
Yeah. I think, and again, speaking about that, we've been doing loads of research recently with the business of family doing that authenticity. I think that's what people want to see now, even with like the rise of AI and music's a whole different conversation, but I think people want that authenticity. And even like talking about the whole remote situation and COVID, I know the clubs struggled and things, but I think hopefully at least the fact that you're doing stuff to people as well is like, it makes a big difference.
It's connection. Somebody said like every TikTok or social content you make has to like either inspire, educate, or make someone laugh.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And if you can hit more than one of those with a piece of content, so like if you can educate someone and inspire them, or you can make them laugh and inspire them, or whatever. It just, your content has to make people feel something, no matter what
provide
you do.
Value, isn't it?
So so the DJs that are sat at home, maybe the thing that they're making people feel is nostalgia, or I remember that song, or like I remember when I used to go out, or
Flex is doing that. Shout out
Flex like killing it in that game, like Raymond like killing the mashups, and then like maybe if you look at mine, it might be like, oh yeah, like I can't wait to get back outside, like those. Oh, I can't wait to be jumping in a mosh pit. Like, I can't wait for the weekend. I'm going out. I can't wait to hear that new song that came out in the club.
Yeah, bro.
Like, or like I can't wait to go to that festival. So yeah, you just invoke some sort of emotion, and then I've started a little series more for the DJs on my TikTok called the DJ Group Chat, where it's more talking to camera pieces, and it's just like, DJs, what do you think about this? DJs, what's your favourite this? DJ, what mashup's killing it in the club? DJs, do you like to prep your sets in advance? Or, you know, so doing it, making a bit more discourse and a bit more of like a family. But
that's sick.
Yeah, so just try and hit those angles no matter what scene you're in. Honestly, like you could be like a dentist. Yeah. Some of the best performing dentists in the UK are killing it on social media,
bro,
and that's
trust me, they are. Yeah, definitely, bro.
My friend's a dentist. He works at Rue Dental, and he's like super focused on social media because it's so important.
Yeah, man. It is more and more in everything now.
In every role, there's chefs on there. There's the list is endless. Lawyers promoting themselves on there. There's
literally you get everything on socials nowadays. Probably bin men, bloody everything. Yeah.
But whatever you do, those are the rules. Like make sure you hit at least one of those things.
Yeah. No, facts. Well, Joe, we've come to that point.
The victory lap.
The final song. Final song. We're going to go straight in. We have Dave, Chapter 16, featuring K.A. again. Another appearance for Kano.
What a tune. Let's just soak it in.
Soak this one in. So good. The most recent track, of course.
Yeah.
I'm going to see Dave tonight as well. Getting me excited. That's why I like this song choice. I'm very late now, but anyway.
And this, like, nothing to do with me, but this just shows evolution for these guys, man.
Yeah.
Like an old goat with a new goat,
Mate,
in a classy London video.
Mate, it's
hundreds
unreal.
of thousands of pound budget. They came a long way, man.
I
It's
actually
serious.
do like this. I've seen clips of this video. I love how they're doing the conversational
So
thing,
good.
and it's just them at a meal.
So good. And this is not really like any particular musical memory or anything, but this is more just a reflection of where I'm at. Just like, just a bit more mature, listening to like these kind of records, and just like enjoying the art form that these guys are producing, really.
Yeah, definitely, bro. I was saying this album for me is like definitely a really important one. Like just the time it's dropped, and I definitely, the themes in it, as you say, so you're mature in the stage in life you're at. Even like this Kano versus the Kano we had earlier.
Oh yeah.
Still talking about Kano's flow.
It was good back then. I mean,
It's different.
he's on a different planet here.
Beef.
I was in awe when I heard this, honestly.
Yeah, it's so good. I love conversational rap tracks as well, where they're going back and forth. Like the art in it to like have it good musically, but also be a conversation, and the
like
substance to it is genius, really.
Like this isn't the type of feature where you've done your verse and sent it over and they've just done their verse. This is like a collaborative effort. They're in a studio together. You can just tell they're just a little Magnum and a smoke if they smoke, and just going back and forth, trying to outdo each other. Just mega.
Trust me. And James Blake, that guy, he's too good, James Blake. The background vocals.
Yeah, he did a good job on the production on a lot of these.
Yeah, I think he executive produced the album.
Yeah, that History song at the beginning.
Mate, History. I'm looking forward to that tonight. Trust me, History. Selling coffins. Jeez.
Will they remember me, Dave?
Yeah. Flow. Like him. New ting, bro.
You do a lingo.
Where you got that info, but it wasn't me. I like how they cut into the conversation in the video as well.
Style bougie, lifestyle bougie. Porsche with 2 seats. In an SUV. A goosey.
Jeez. Pepper soup.
And it's plantain.
Jeez.
Cow foot soup in the middle of Greenwich like I'm a real
Ghetto
ghetto youth. Even Kano's going bop,
Yes,
bop
let's
in the
go.
back. Eyes in the back of my head. The interior red. Oh.
Jeez.
Free school dinners.
newspapers. Strikers. Jeez, I love that bar.
I used to have braces, now it's my driver that's on a retainer.
Disgusting.
What are you talking about?
This guy needs to be locked up, mate. Someone needs to take that pen off him. Chapter 16. What a track. Yeah. Bravo. What a song choice. What a song choice, Joe. You ended on a fantastic one.
You have to, man.
Talk to us why you picked that one. So current stage of life.
Yeah, just like kind of like I say, musically where I'm at, like outside of the clubs, I spent a lot less time listening to like heavy hip hop outside of the clubs now. I saved that for the club, and this is more me, where I'm at as a person. Sort of I'm driving around, I'm traveling, and
the mellow bars.
Just listening to like real artists do what they just did there. And still the UK is a huge influence in where I'm at. I didn't mean to put 2 Kano tracks in, but it's fitting because I'm a big fan. But yeah, so that's more just on a personal one, like what I listen to in the whip, how I'm feeling, the kind of level of elevation I inspire to reach.
Definitely. I was looking at the restaurant they're in, and the people in the background and stuff looks bougie.
I hope in 15 years, or however old Kano is, in 10 years, I'm sitting with a young'un discussing my career and giving them advice to defeat the game.
Dropping those gems.
Yeah, I'm somewhere between nowhere near in size, but I'm metaphorically somewhere between a Dave and a Kano. Not quite the young gun, but not quite the old buck. So, you're
doing your thing though, bro. No, you dropped a lot of gems for the people in this.
I hope so. Yeah, hope so. And it's all stuff I just learned with trial and error. So as I say, the resources are there now. So go out and learn stuff and create. And smash whatever industry you're in. Yeah,
no, bro, that's sick. So we're going to end there pretty much. So speaking about current life stuff, so if you're a fan of Joe Lobel, what have you got coming up? Or if someone's, just watching you for the first time now, obviously we're going to link all Joe's socials somewhere. I'm going to stop pointing to the screen because last time we didn't put anything on there. Well, actually, we put a little joke on there. But yeah, Joe's socials will be somewhere in the description, maybe on screen. But yeah, what you got coming up, bro?
More of the same, just laps around the world is what I like to call it at the minute. Like, I've got a US visa now, so a lot of my focus is on North America. I'm spending a lot of time going over there and not making really any money, but just going back and forth just to build out the name. And but
if you crack America, it'll be massive. So
the scope for a hip hop DJ is much higher there. So they have bigger rooms, bigger clubs, bigger events that just focus on hip hop. So a lot of attention going there. I'm still touring around Europe. I've got an Asia tour in April. Just gonna start a little new series of parties in the UK because I need to show some love back to the UK. So I've got my own event called The Motive, but I'm gonna open.
Shout out The Motive, sick event,
which is dope. Event. That's just in Leeds, but I'm gonna do something actually just on my own, like a little more intimate party series. More info coming soon.
Yes, I think I was on your Instagram and I noticed there was another little
sneaky. I've not actually pushed it at all. It's just there for now. I'm just setting up the Instagram and stuff. But yeah, that's a little concept that I'm working on, and will be sort of back end of the year. I'm just getting all the prep and promo done first, and then be like a kind of mini UK tour situation when that happens. But
sick.
That's it really. That's life. Just home life as well. Just making sure to spend time with my friends and loved ones, and just keep grafting, keep creating content, bro. Keep ticking off countries,
keeping at it,
keep on the necks.
Keeping on their necks. Trust me, bro. No, that's sick. So if Joe's on tour, you got to go see this guy.
Yeah, man. My tour dates are always on my Instagram.
Listen, check out his Instagram. You'll see the levels he's at. I've watched this guy DJ so many times.
Yeah.
He's like up there. If I was to ever get married, I would be trying to get this guy at my wedding. Yeah. This is the level. So yeah, definitely go catch Joe if you can. And then yeah, apart from that, you know, the good stuff. So at the moment, we're having issues with copyright and stuff. So we're working on what we're going to do with the episodes. But this will be on YouTube last Tuesday of the month. And then we're working on what we're going to do with the audio. But maybe a couple of days later, check on our socials. We're going to, put all Joe's socials so you can get him. And then, that's pretty much it. We've got these cups, which we're left till the end to talk about. These are the ones that I was on about last time. Look at this. Look at this promo by Joe himself. This is My OST thermo-cups. This is a prototype.
Too,
yeah, trust me, mate. They keep your stuff hot, keep your stuff cold. Yeah, you got little lids. But we're kind of still testing them at the moment, so nice. We'll see. But yeah, these will be available soon, hopefully. And then, get the brand at all the socials, all that good stuff. So we're going to sign off. Peace.
Love.
Let's go.